Hey everyone, it's Tamar from the Road to Health podcast, where I teach you how to reclaim control over your health and empower you to gain the firm belief in your own ability to achieve your goals. You are listening to the Feel Good Factor podcast. Here's your host, my friend, Susmitha Veganosaurus.
Hey everyone, that was my friend Tamar from the Road to Health podcast. She has an awesome show. Go check her out. Today, I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind for quite some time now. I've been wanting to talk about this with all of you, but it's very meta. So, the topic of today is imposter syndrome. And I was feeling very imposter syndrome whenever I thought of speaking about this topic with all of you. So, what does it mean? It's this feeling that overcomes us, or this nagging thought that's at the back of the mind that comes up once in a while, even to the best of us, the most experienced of us, in whatever field we are in. This thought that says, who are you to be doing this? What authority do you have? Really, are you going to help people with whatever this content is, whatever this information is, whatever this teaching is that you're doing? And the self doubt and questioning whether really, putting this effort, this work out there, is it really worth it? Speaking about anything at all to anyone, teaching about anything at all to anyone. Do you really have the right to teach this to people or share this with people, whatever the topic is? And then now finally I decided, okay, I just have to do this episode because there are lots of messages from the universe all around about imposter syndrome and people dealing with it, and it's just been hitting me from all directions, and I've been seeing this again and again, and I'm like, okay, that means I have to speak about it, because I've been wanting to do it, so I just better listen to that inner voice and get down to it. I started creating a mini course for all of you. I'm going to share more about that in a couple of weeks time in a later episode, but while I work on this mini course, throughout the time, this imposter syndrome, this nagging thought came back into my head like, will this course help people? Is it really worth me doing it? Is it any new information, or is it something they all know already? And all these doubting thoughts did pop up a few times, but other funny things happened too, where I thought a lot and let my imposter syndrome stop me, or delay me rather, because usually I get over it, from sharing certain things on, say, my Instagram or stuff like that, or even on my podcast, in fact. But I've seen that every time I've doubted myself but have gone ahead and put that message out there, the response to that is always much bigger. It's always like, oh my God, this is the best podcast episode, or oh my God, this information is so useful. So it's something that would have felt very normal to me. But then later, when after putting it out there, it is something that would have felt like amazing to somebody else. And this is something that all of us need to remember. Always we have something of value to teach, something of value to share with the world. Don't hesitate to do it. Don't think like there are so many other people doing this anyway. Okay, so that is another thing that stops us, right? We're like, so many other people are doing the same thing, teaching the same thing in the same topic anyway, so I don't know, why should I also do it? But here's the thing, the reason you're seeing so many people do this is because they are in your circles. Because you're interested in that topic, you are seeing more people in your circles teach that topic. But that doesn't mean the whole world is teaching it. Take dairy alternatives, for example. or any vegan cooking and baking and recipe tips that I share, for me, it will be the 100th time that I'm teaching someone to make cashew milk. And around me, I see, 5, 10 different people in my friend circle who are also teaching the same thing. So I can always think, oh, everyone's teaching this anyway, so there's nothing new, there's nothing interesting, so let me not teach. But then it's important to remember that there are many more people in the world who need to learn this or who need to know this information than there are people who are actually teaching it. If in my circle 10 people are teaching how to make dairy alternatives, or if there are another 20 people talking about spirituality and moon cycles and manifestation, things that, topics that I like to discuss, if there are so many people, still there are many more, like hundreds and hundreds times more number of people who have no clue about these things and who will be really helped when that information is put out there. So ask yourself, I want you to contemplate and think about what it is that you've been thinking of teaching, you've been thinking of sharing and putting out into the world, which you believe might help others, but also you've been hesitating and questioning yourself, doubting yourself. You're like, who am I to do this? Anyway, there are so many other experts or so many other people doing this. Why should I do it? Or if you're hesitating to do it, please don't stop yourself. This is something that I really want you to know from the bottom of my heart, that it's very important that if you feel that this information will help even one person, put it out there. Just put it out there. And don't care about what people think about it. Because what you want to do is help people. So if it helps one person, if it helps 5 people, if it helps 10 people, if it doesn't mean anything to the rest of them, it doesn't matter, right? Because you are helping the ones who need that help. And your information, posting that particular thing that day or sharing that particular content that day, is actually making a positive impact on somebody's life. It is changing their life path, it's changing the way that they think. You can even think back on this, like where you have hesitated to post something, but finally when you put it out there, people reply saying, oh my God, I really needed to hear this today. Like I'm sure that has happened to you at least once, right? So this is something that's happened to me so many times, and that is what has helped me constantly remember to overcome this imposter syndrome that I feel. And of course, there will be many people who will judge and who will say, who are you to? It's not enough that you're judging yourself. There will be others who will question you and question your authority or your knowledge or wonder why you're sharing something like this. For this, I can only share one thing, which is a quote that my mentor Alison Melody often uses when she talks about imposter syndrome. It's a quote by somebody else, but she uses it so often that I associate it with her. It says, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. Think about that for a moment. The ones who will judge, let them judge. That is not your business. That is their problem and their business. The ones who will laugh, let them laugh. You have nothing to do with that laughter, right? But there are many who are going to be helped by this. There are many who are going to support you in this. Those are the people who matter. Those are the people who make the difference in your life, right? Those are the ones you want to surround yourself with and give value to their opinion more than others. So remember this. Be who you are, say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. There is another thing that aligns with this whole topic of imposter syndrome, and that is trying once, trying to post something or trying to say something, trying to teach something, publish a blog post or an episode of podcast or teaching some class or announcing something, trying it once, and then if you haven't got a response for it the way you expected, just giving up. That's another thing where we stop ourselves. We're like, if we tried it once and we felt like, oh no, there's just not enough people interested in this, and we just give up. Please don't do that. I can tell you again, if you put up, say tomorrow you want to teach a class and you put up a post and you promote the class, if there is only one person who attends that class, you are still making a big difference in their life. And if there's nobody who comes to attend the class, it's still all right. Don't give up. Try again and again. Many of the truly successful ones are people who have failed. They may have failed miserably, fallen flat on their faces after trying. And then you're like, oh my God, if they gave up, this amazing thing wouldn't be in the world today. Say authors like J.K. Rowling. We all know Harry Potter, we all know its success, we know she has a huge castle and everything. But how much did she have to struggle? How much did she have to be a single mom, sitting, struggling, working at her book in the coffee shop, sending it to multiple publishers, being refused again and again and again. She had to do so much of all that before she became successful. I'm not saying you have to do that much effort, but if you truly believe that there is something of value that you want to put out into the world, something of value that you want to share, just do it. Just do it. You don't have to be perfect at it. You don't even have to be great at it. As you keep doing it, you can improve and you can become better and better. In fact, you can be the pro. And here's the thing. No matter how many other people are there doing this who you feel may be more professional than you, better than you, and all those things, it doesn't matter, because ultimately you are unique. You have your own unique energy and talent and thought process and your own experiences and your own backstory and everything, your whole environment where you've grown up, where you work. Every single experience of your life makes you who you are. So if it's the same topic that you're talking about, it doesn't matter, because your unique story, your unique background is going to add that unique energy, that signature to whatever it is that you're teaching. So don't be worried about things like other people are doing it, competition, I won't be so great, I won't be successful in this because anyway there are so many other people who are occupying this space. Don't let those thoughts stop you from doing what you want to do and putting out something so beautiful and valuable out into the world. Actually, when you get into imposter syndrome, there is so much that we can talk about, and there are so many things that bring out the self-doubts, right? Like, I don't have this kind of an education background, or I am too old for this, or oh, I've wasted all my years and effort and all my energy into this, I don't have any more energy to put into this. There are all these doubts and thoughts that come, but believe me, there are plenty examples out in life of people who have had way lesser privileges than you, people who have been much older than you, people who have put things that they believe in, things that they feel passionate about, deeply care about, that moves them emotionally. They've gone out and put that information out into the world, and that passion, that love to share and to help, that sense of service, that has created ripples and huge impacts across the world. So whatever doubts that come into you, whatever self-doubts you have, whatever imposter syndrome that you're feeling, get over it. It may come back. Like I started off saying that I started off with imposter syndrome even to do this episode. But it's okay if it comes back. Just remember what I've spoken about today. I hope this message from me really inspires you to take that step forward to put your story, your message, and your thoughts and experiences out there into the world. With this, we close for today. And like I was saying at the beginning, I am working on this very interesting mini course that's coming up for you soon. The people on my mailing list are going to get first access to it before I put it out anywhere else in the world. They are going to get it. So go to my website, veganosaurus.com, and subscribe to my mailing list. You just scroll down to the bottom and you'll be able to subscribe there. So as soon as this course comes out, the mailing list subscribers are going to get the first peek at it, and I'm very, very excited about this mini course. It's a free course, by the way. At least I'm starting it off as a free course, so you can just get the information, the teaching for free. I'll tell you all about it very, very soon. But yeah, go and subscribe to my mailing list. My website again is veganosaurus.com, www.veganosaurus.com. See you on the list. Have a lovely, 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 lovely week. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again very soon. Bye!